Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, as you can tell from the title, we will be covering some news that we did get from GAXY Next Generation. Now, this company is one that I have covered many times on this channel. You guys seemingly love it. I probably have at least 800 or 900 subscribers who came here specifically from GAXY Next Generation, so I try to keep you as up to date as possible with any news that we do receive, as I believe it's super important to make sure that you're as up to date as possible with the investments that you have made with your hard-earned money. So that is going to be all that we are going to be going over today. We'll be going over some brand new news, and then I will give an overall outlook in my opinion on what I think this means for the company. Now, if you do want access to this information early, as I do share a lot of this through my Patreon, I also do update them on all the trades and portfolio updates that I do make, and we overall try to educate them, me and the team of investors who I work with. We do try to educate them as much as possible on everything related to stock trading, long-term investing, and just everything related to it. So if you do want access to that community of over 100 different traders and investors, you can go down to the link in the description. It is going to bring you over to my Patreon, and that is where you can access all of this fully transparent information. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's talk some GAXY Next Generation, ticker symbol GAXY. So it says here that GAXY Next Generation names Bill Brinkman as this chief operating officer. Now, one thing that we have taken notice of with this company is that we were all super duper kind of concerned about the fact that they didn't have a COO. With so many different operations and so many things that they were working on at once, the fact that they didn't have one specific person to make this whole thing run, to make all of the operations, to plan them out, to assess the risks, and to do all of this, the fact that they didn't have that one person kind of worried me, because that puts a lot of extra stress on Gary LaCroix. That puts extra stress on Megan McGahey, the CEO and the CFO. And that is not something you want a company seeing. A company who is growing like this, you want to make sure that they have the right people in the right positions to be able to expedite that growth. Because if not, if they have the CEO and the CFO stressed out about all of these different things, well, then that of course can lead to slowed production and slowed efficiency. Now, it says here that Bill's experience includes more than 30 years of sales leadership with a range of organizations from Fortune 200 packaged good companies to high-tech startups. Now, he is going to be tasked with many different operations whenever it comes to this company. Now, just to go over a quick few, he is going to be overseeing the day-to-day operations of the sales and marketing efforts, developing and collaborating with the CEO Gary LaCroix and the CFO Megan McGahey, and having annual operating plan that supports long-term operation strategies. He's going to be able to assist the CEO and the CFO in developing and overseeing the long-term business strategies. And also, very importantly, is going to be the very last one here, is that he is going to assess and manage the principal risks of the business within operations. And I believe that his experience is going to allow him to do this one very well, as he has seen the ins and outs of what could make and what could break a product and a company itself. Now, we did get a quote here from Megan McGahey, the CFO of GAXY Next Generation, and she says that in just a few short weeks since bringing Bill on as a consultant with GAXY, we were so impressed with the value he is adding that we decided to bring him on full time in an executive role. We expect Bill to increase our visibility with the reseller market, which will lead to an increased revenue. The indirect reseller channel is how the majority of sales are made into the K-12 education market. Now, that's very important to note for one reason that we're going to go over in 1 second here. I'd like to get this highlighted just right. There we go. Okay, so this is why I believe that is very important. It says here that most recently, Bill served as Vice President of Sales for Graphics Distribution, Inc., a value-added distributor focused on the education technology and streaming media marketplace. During Bill's tenure, GDI was ranked number 1 or number 2 by their top vendors in reseller recruitment and incremental revenue generation. Now, we did just see that the indirect reseller channel is how the majority of sales are made into the K-12 education market. So the fact that he has done such a phenomenal job at getting these companies up 1 and 2 from their vendors in the reseller recruitment and incremental revenue generation shows that for what they need and how they are going to grow out their business, he is capable of specializing in. Now, Bill's expertise in the development of account relationships contributed directly and significantly to an overall increase of 30% in GDI's revenue since 2016. Now, we have seen that GAXY Next Generation's financials have struggled in the past, and I think if they're capable of bringing someone on who is going to further expedite the progress that we have been seeing from them, that this could be very, very big for the company and its stock price going into the future. Now, for the company that he worked for previously before GDI, he worked at Virtual Inc., and under Bill's leadership, sales grew at double-digit rates, outpacing the category growth and leading the company to a number 3 ranking in the interactive whiteboard marketplace. Now, considering the fact that GAXY Next Generation generation does sell things like interactive touch panels and more accessories that are going to be focused towards classrooms, I believe that his experience with this right here and bringing this company to a number 3 ranking just shows that he is further capable of helping and specializing and really boosting all of the products in which GAXY Next Generation offers. Now, not only can he help, grow out their business and help with these operations and really show them how it's done whenever it comes to growing out their, reseller market, he has taken businesses with non-existent consumer channels and turned them into $250 million businesses prior to working at Virtual Inc. and prior to working at GDI. So this man has not just come around. It's not like he just started doing amazing things for companies. He has been doing this for a while, and he has proven success over the last 30 years in that it shows that he is very capable of taking a company just like GAXY Next Generation and turning them into a very phenomenal company. Now, this partnered up with Gary LaCroix and this partnered up with Megan McGahey really does show that there is a very strong trio in the making right now. I believe that with the experience of Gary LaCroix, with the overall leadership skills and just the amazing things that we have gotten from Megan McGahey, it seems like she is really running the business right now. If we watch it, just seeing how she interacts with everyone and seeing how she's the one who typically gives interviews and gives news and releases quotes like we saw, she is really the one in charge at the moment, seemingly. And that experience from her mixed with his experience over the last 30 years and doing amazing things for companies, I really can't imagine that this is going to be anything but extremely positive for GAXY Next Generation. I was very excited whenever I heard about this. This man, as someone I had not even known about, but after doing some brief research, I could quickly see how important to businesses he has been, and I don't believe that is going to be any different whenever it comes to GAXY Next Generation. So he clearly does have loads of experience that I think will not only help fuel the production and the operations, but I think that's going to be very important as he is going to be able to offer tips and tricks to Megan, to offer them to Gary, to show them really the insides and outs of what it takes to build a business like this one, because he has done it. Whenever we look at Gary and we look at Megan, they haven't necessarily done the things that he's done. They haven't taken a business with non-existent customers and consumers and brought it up to a $250 million business. This is their product. This is their baby. And this is where they really start. And so I think that his capabilities and what he has shown and proven that he can do is going to further introduce them to all of the things that are going to lead to success that they can then teach and educate some of the newer employees on. And it is going to start this ecosystem of learning, and it's going to create an amazing environment for all of the people who work for GAXY, which will then clearly create an overall more efficient and high-paced, extremely high-paced production for this company, because we have seen them producing at insane rates. They have been getting out much news, been getting out new products, been working on a overall website overhaul. It's been phenomenal. And so I'm very excited to see how this does go on into the future, as I believe that this addition could be very, very significant for the company. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are on this. If there's anything that I might have missed about him, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Again, I do believe that every single piece of information that is released about a company that you have invested your hard-earned money into is worth mentioning and it's worth noting. So I will be bringing you all as much information and as much news as I possibly can about your favorite stocks. With that being said, I do post 2 to 3 times every single day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.